Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany, and in today's Sunday Reset, we are going to be doing some heavy-duty spring cleaning. I have been putting some things off that needed to get done, some things that you do once or twice a year. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Grab yourself some snacks or a hot cup of coffee, and we're going to get going. Today's chore is going to be cleaning my walls and baseboards. So I picked up a couple of items from Amazon, one being this baseboard duster. It's also a wall cleaner and the Zep wall cleaner. And this is not sponsored. These are products I purchased for myself. And I just was looking for things that were going to make this job a little bit easier, because let's be honest, this can be a tough job. So I grabbed this 2-in-1 baseboard and wall cleaner. It came with 4 microfiber cloths as well as the actual cleaner itself. It does have a nice long pole and it worked out pretty well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this item together, and then we're gonna start off with my walls. Now, I don't know about you guys, but my walls get really dirty. There are 5 kiddos that live in this house, including my husband and I have to be honest, they do touch the wall an awful lot. Not always sure why, but when they're going to open a door or they're, about to round the corner to head up the stairs, they're always just grabbing the wall. So I've always got little handprints, swipe marks. I even found some footprints on the walls, and then just your average, regular scuffs that happen from day-to-day life. So that's what I'm going to be cleaning today. I have seen several YouTubers using the Zep wall cleaner, so I figured I would give it a try. It was really affordable on Amazon. I'll link it for you down below. And now that I've finished this chore, I have to tell you, this made a giant difference in my house. It's amazing. I need to go in now and clean all of my windowsills and my window casings, because I can see how dirty those are compared to the walls now. So I'm just taking a look at the instructions so that I can figure out how to use this. And I decided to start with the white microfiber cloth to start on the walls. So I'm just laying that on there flat, easy peasy. And then we're going to start over in my entryway, because this is where I feel like I see the most damage, if you will. So I read the instructions on the Zep spray. It does say to just spray it on the wall and then wipe it off immediately. So that's what I'm doing. I'm spraying it on. Then I'm going to grab the wall cleaner and I'm going to scrub it down. I did use a little bit of some elbow grease, if you will. I did kind of, push into the wall and get it nice and clean. So that's what I'm doing. But this was working really well, except for one thing, which I don't realize yet, but I will here in just a couple of minutes. Like you can see on that white microfiber cloth there that it was so dirty. The nail from that picture flew off when I took it off. So I just went to go look for it. I'm putting it back up. But one of the things I didn't notice until I had already cleaned that wall and one other wall was that there was a lot of fuzz coming off of this white microfiber cloth, and so it was not working. I did end up switching it out to one of the gray ones, but not until I had already cleaned these 2 walls over here, and then I had to go back in and kind of rub off all of the fuzz that the white cloth had left, and it was amazing. You're going to see here in just a couple of minutes how much fuzz there was on the wall, but I was like, why does this wall look dirty still? It's covered in dust. This is weird. So this was the wall that I finally figured out what was going on, but as you can see, it's doing an excellent job of getting everything clean, and it kind of gives it a really nice sheen. And then about a half an hour or so, when the spray has completely dried, your wall just looks beautiful. I have flat wall paint here on the walls here in my entryway, my entire downstairs, and so they're really easy to clean, and they have a nice matte finish to them. So once this all dried, it was perfect and matte and looked like it had all been freshly painted. But this is me looking at the wall like, what in the world is happening? Oh yeah, okay, that looks fuzzy. And so I touched it thinking, oh, maybe it's just like a whole bunch of dirt and grime that I need to wipe off. And then I realized, nope, that is fuzz from the microfiber cloth. So I'm grabbing a other microfiber cloth and wiping it all down, getting it all off of the wall. I was amazed and irritated, but glad that I had just figured it out and that I really had not done much, because that would have been a pain in the neck if I had to go through, especially all the tall areas in my family room that I get clean. I would have been so bummed. So note to self, when you do this, use the gray one. Look at all that fuzz that came off of the wall. Is that not crazy? So don't use the white one, use the gray one, or maybe give the white one a wash first. So I'm going to go through all of these walls and give them a good wipe down. I did do some by hand and not use the wall tool, but you'll see that here. And I do end up having a helper come help me. My sweet husband Danny does come in and help me here in just a little bit, but look at that. What a difference. There are some scuffs. Obviously there's a ding right there, but it's just incredible what a difference this makes. And there really was no great way for me to get like a really good clear view of the wall for you to see, but it made a giant difference. So we're going to go ahead and get this entryway cleaned up. Then we're going to move into the dining room. As I was working on the walls, I did realize that I think I put together the wall cleaner incorrectly, because no matter how I was holding it, I wasn't holding like that nice squishy spot. So my hands kept slipping. So I'm going to take this apart really quickly and kind of rework it and see if I can get it into a better spot. And the good thing is you can just kind of move these around as you see fit, whatever works for you. But I wanted to be able to grip that as I was going, because my hand was just slipping. That was so much better now that I got it figured out. And you could kind of rotate it to, be able to go in either direction. And again, you don't even need to use this tool. You could totally just use a rag, a microfiber cloth. You also don't need to use the Zep cleaner. You could just use water, a little bit of dish soap, maybe some laundry soap, vinegar. There's all kinds of different things that you could use, but I really liked this. Danny loved the really clean smell that it gives. It's like a very strong cleaning smell. So I did end up cracking a bunch of windows, but he really likes that smell. He feels like it means the house is clean, just like he really likes a very chlorinated pool. He's just kind of a germaphobe like that, but this does have a very clean smell. It did a really good job. Later on, I'm going to clean the doors as well, and it's amazing how good it cleaned those. I might use this the next time I wipe down my cabinets, which desperately need it, so that's probably going to be coming up. I'd have to do that really regularly. Again, you can only imagine if that's how much handprints and schmudges that they give all over or get all over my walls. You can only imagine what happens to my cabinets. So definitely need to clean those very regularly. But anyway, I am really impressed with what a great job the spray was doing and the wall cleaner. And this is another one of those areas that gets a lot of fingerprints, is this wall right here on the way up the stairs and then all the way up the stairs. Now, I did not do the upstairs in this video. That's going to be in a future video. This was so much work. Like, I was sweating that I only did the downstairs for today for this video, but I do end up doing the upstairs, or I will end up doing the upstairs in a future video. This is one of those spots in the house where once the wall was clean, now I can really see what a mess the window casings are and the windowsills. So I'm definitely gonna have to go back in and clean those. I'm thinking I'm gonna do that here pretty soon. It's starting to warm up. This week we're supposed to be in the 50s and even one day in the 60s. Oh my gosh, I can't wait because this day that I was filming, it was snowing. So I am desperately looking forward to the warmer weather. So I'm hoping that once it starts to warm up, not hoping, but my plan is that as it starts to warm up, I will clean my windowsills, wash my windows, both inside and out, rinse off all of my screens because we took the screens off the back of our house during the winter months just to let in as much light as we possibly could. So I'll give those a good rinse before putting them back on, and then we'll be good to go, ready for spring, ready for some fresh air. I've been letting the house air out as much as I can. If you notice, the window is cracked up there. I couldn't do more than that because it was raining, and it was raining pretty hard, and then it did start to snow, but having the windows open and letting things air out has been so nice. I'm really lucky. We don't have a fireplace or like a pellet stove or anything like that, so we don't get like the soot buildup that you can get from using those. I love a good fireplace, but I do not enjoy the smell, and I do not enjoy the soot that it gives you everywhere. So I am happy to say I didn't have to clean any of that, but it still just kind of gets a little bit stale in your home. So when it starts to warm up, being able to open the windows and let in all that fresh air is so comforting. And it's at this point that I enlisted the help of my incredible husband. This is Danny. If you've never seen him before, he's a great guy, so very helpful. And it was time to get the kids some food, and I need a little break. My arms were going to fall off from all the pushing on the wall cleaner and everything. So Danny was like, "Do you want me to do that for a little while?" And I was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." So he's going to do the family room for me, and it's really tall in here. Not like he's, super tall and much taller than me. He's not, but we're going to bring out the stepladder here in just a little bit so he can get up tall, because the other thing that this is really good for is getting any cobwebs that are anywhere, anything that's kind of, lingered through the winter. You can get that cleaned off now as well. So he was putting in so much more force than I was. He just did such a great job, and he just kind of flew through this. He's so detail oriented, so I never have to worry that he's not really going to pay attention. Look, he's going back in. Oh, I'm going to spray this spot a little bit more. He probably honestly did a better job than I did. So God bless Danny. I hope you all have someone like that in your life that comes beside you and helps you with things like this and has kind of the same mindset about stuff like this. I appreciate him so much. So thank you, Danny, for helping me get the family room done. I also just wanted to make mention really quickly about my TV. So I do not have one of those fancy picture TVs. This is just my normal TV. In fact, I don't even think it's a name brand anybody would recognize. I got it during Black Friday sales at Target. So I think it's like a no-name brand. I don't know. I can link it for you down below maybe, or tell you the brand down below. But my point is just that on YouTube, you can find gallery art for your TV, which is wonderful. I love it. I will link my favorite sites or my favorite YouTube channels down below. Some have music that are just beautiful and relaxing. Others, like today, don't don't have music. I definitely didn't have like calming and relaxing music on this day. I think I had Post Malone. He is my favorite. I could listen to Post Malone every day, all day, but I like just having that pretty, the pretty pictures on the wall or on the TV. And what's nice is they change every 10 minutes. So like I said, I'll have those linked for you down below. I am considering building a frame for around the TV. I watched a YouTube video recently of somebody else doing that. I just think it looks really pretty. Danny and I go back and forth on if we want to do anything with this big wall. Part of me wants to shiplap it. Part of me wants to build like a little gas fireplace or electric fireplace and like build that out with maybe some little benches under the windows. I don't know. I just love my sideboard that's under my TV. So the thought of not having that there anymore is a little bit sad. So I don't know. But in the meantime, I think just framing out the TV would be nice to add to that wall, be very pretty. So stay tuned. That might be a future project that we do. I'm right now just taking everything off this shelf so that Danny can clean the walls here. They were really dirty from just scuff marks from Christmas and like changing out the decor. So he's going to give those a good wipe down. And then I don't end up putting everything back up the way it was because right after we did this, I just filmed my spring living room decorate with me. So stay tuned. That's coming up. It looks really good. But again, in this section of the house, you're going to see Danny and his perfectionism to a T. Okay, now that we're done with the walls, we're going to go ahead and transition this cleaner into the baseboard cleaner. So I'm just reviewing the directions. And what it does is it has this like little lip here, I don't know, that you flip up when you're ready to clean the baseboards, and it is sticky on both sides. So I was trying to see if it stayed up on its own. It doesn't. So I just kind of laid this microfiber cloth down, held it up, pushed this underneath it, which it did kind of get a little bit wonky, so I did end up fixing it, and then I laid it down across the top. This was actually really a very useful tool, and there's all kinds of tools out there for cleaning your baseboards. So if this is not one you're interested in, I'm sure that there are 100 other ones that do the job, but this was just affordable and worked really well. So, and I liked that I could use it for the walls as well. But there it is. That's how you do it. And so Danny decided to help me with this part too. And what he would do is he would just spray the Zep cleaner onto the wall cleaner itself. And then he just cleaned the baseboards for me. If they needed a little bit of, scrubbing, he would use his foot there, as you saw. But otherwise, he just kind of went through and just wiped him down. No big deal. Our baseboards are really big, so it didn't cover like the whole baseboard. So he did across the top, dusted the ledge, and then went back in and like wiped the bottom. So it got all clean. It looks really, really beautiful. And there is nothing better, I think, than crisp, fresh paint against a crisp white baseboard and then beautifully clean floors. Oh, I just love that. It's such a vibe. So I'm so happy we did this chore. I'm so glad that Danny helped me, and the baseboards just look so good now. I've mentioned in my videos how I typically have a furry cat chasing me around while I am cleaning. Well, Danny had one too. His buddy is Guinness. He's our big, our big cat. There he is. We call him Beefcake. He's just too cute. He's going to lay right in front of the camera, which he was loving. So I did have to move the camera angle, but as you see, he's got both Guinness and Charlie following him everywhere. And I think it's cute. We each have our animals. We each have the ones that follow us. I typically have Luna. She follows me everywhere. She's my little sidekick, but he had Charlie in this video, so you've probably seen her multiple times, just kind of sitting around watching everybody and waiting to see if he's gonna give her a treat or a good pet, which he does. But I just think it's cute how there's always a furry animal following us. Next up, I wanted to get some of the doors wiped down, especially my front door. This has been something I have been looking at every time I see the front door. I like to, in the morning, come over, open the door, since we've got the storm door, just let all that light in. I love to have that open as much as I can. And I noticed how dusty this is. Luckily, it really does not get bad because of the storm door, so that's good. And we do have a nice covered porch, so that helps to keep it, from getting destroyed. But as you can see right there, what I just cleaned, it was really dusty. You can see the other one. So when I wipe it down, it definitely looks a lot better. And I have actually been deciding whether or not I want to get a new front door. I felt really rushed into making a front door decision when we were moving into this house, and I just wanted something that was readily available, that we didn't have to worry about or spend a bunch of money on, because I just wanted into my house. So I told the builder to just pick something that was available and easy to grab, and he did, and I like it. It's a nice craftsman style door. It suits the farmhouse vibe that we have in our home. However, I just would like one with a lot more light. I love having all the natural light. And since we are back far from the street, I don't feel like I need to worry about like privacy and that kind of thing. I just want a door with a beautiful window. So I also think I would like a natural oak color door, maybe not this green door. Green, gray, I guess I don't know what color you would call it. The color is Pigeon by Farrow and Ball. I do get asked that pretty regularly, so I just wanted to mention that. But we went with a colored door because I didn't want it to clash with the beams that we have on our front porch. So I don't know. That's the reason why it stayed the color that it is. But I do go back and forth. I love the look of a beautiful natural oak door, but we'll see. That is also something I'd like to do for this laundry room door one day, is to have a natural oak door that has a bunch of windows in it, like my pantry door. So maybe I just leave that door, that beautiful pigeon color, and then do a wood door for the laundry door like I've always planned. We'll see. Stay tuned. There's always going to be projects and things that'll change, so make sure you're subscribed to stick around. Another door that desperately needed cleaning was my pantry door. Another door that just gets a ton of fingerprints on it. Oh my goodness. And because it's this black color, you do see them pretty regularly because, oily fingers, black door, it's going to show up. No big deal. Just going to give it a wipe down. And I just sprayed it on my rag, which was already pretty soaked as it was. So I didn't really need to spray a bunch more on here, but I do think I might need to give this door a good paint. It does have some chips, and I think there's just parts of it that, need more than just a wipe down. There's things that I just can't get off. So I think I need to give it a good paint. That's going to be a chore for another day. That takes a long time because of all of the window grates there because, I think it's 9 windows, maybe 8 windows. Maybe 10 windows. But it does take a long time to paint around all of those. So I am not going to be doing that today, but it is something I need to do. There's a lot of paint touch up throughout my house that I want to do. So maybe it'll be that day. Maybe I'll just pick a day where I'm just going to do a lot of paint touch up. That would be nice. Just get things cleaned up around the house, some scuff marks and some dings here and there. I think that would be good. So maybe you'll see that in a future video. But in the meantime, I'm just cleaning off the glass in this door as well because that does get pretty messy as well. And then we're going to move on to the next area. I also just want to quickly mention this wreath that I'm putting back on the door. This wreath and the magnolia wreath on my front door are both from Amazon. Believe it or not, you can find some really good wreaths from Amazon. So I'll have them both linked for you down below. I think they're really good quality. So that magnolia wreath that you just see right there, like I said, is also from Amazon. So I'm going to take a second now to close the door, put away all of the jackets and everything here on these hooks on this wall tree behind the door. And then I'm going to wipe down the wall tree because it's also pretty dirty. I want to kind of wipe the walls back here. This area gets kind of neglected on the weekend when the doors are open, but it definitely needs a good wipe down as well. I'm sure somebody's going to ask about that basket with those faux hydrangeas that I just took down. That basket is from decorsteals.com. I'll see if I can find it and link it for you. Last time I talked about it, it was sold out. And so when those Decor Steals is a website that things kind of come and go. You can sign up for their newsletters. I get their emails daily, every couple of days, something like that. So when they come through, I see something I like, I go purchase it, but things don't always stay in stock. So if they have it in stock, I'll link it for you down below. If you don't see it linked, that's probably because it's not currently on the website, but you can check out decorsteals.com for any hanging baskets. It does have a nice leather handle, and I just loved the shape of it. I thought it was really pretty. It's that nice water hyacinth material that I love, and those faux hydrangeas are from Hobby Lobby. They have nice long sticks, or long stems, so you can put them in anything you want. They look really nice. And this is going to bring us to the end of today's Sunday Reset, my friends. If you are still here, you are such a trooper. This was a long video, a lot of deep cleaning today, but it feels so good to have this done. And it has made such a huge difference in my house. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who came to hang with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a big thumbs up. And I would love to have you subscribe and come back for more. I post 3 new videos every week, and hopefully I'll get to see you in one of those in the future. Have a wonderful day, my friends. Take care.